What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and today, as you guys can see, we're gonna read from Reddit. But before we get into Reddit reading, I want to share a story, and I actually asked this person's permission if I could read out what one of his comments, and this was in one of my the Ouija file shorts. And this guy just came out and shared his very amazing story of the paranormal, consisting of the paranormal. So I want to share his story and read it out for you guys. And hey, man, one of the reasons why I do reading from Reddit is because these are actual real life stories from us regular people. So, this is not a YouTube video. This is not, a TikTok video where people might be trying to get, some viral videos to get rich and they fake certain things. No, no. These are videos of real people, real experiences, real stories. So, with that being said, I'm going to share off. This is a YouTube comment that came to one of my Ouija files um video shorts. So here we go. Hate to tell you naysayers about this type of shit, but it is real. That first sentence got me hooked. I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Not sure about this video. I know exactly which video this is. So if you guys want to check out the Ouija files, definitely the video. Yeah, it was a fake video. But anyway, not sure about this video, but the whole ghost and spiritual world shit is 100% real. I don't care if you believe me. I lived in a haunted house before. I have seen the doors open and close on their own with no wind. I was in the bathroom getting ready to go out for Halloween. While I was in the bathroom, the door shut. Then the toilet flushed on its own. Next, the sink and shower turned on full force right after the light turned off by itself. Could you imagine this situation, you guys? Could you imagine? You're getting ready like a regular day. You're getting ready. And all of a sudden, the door closed. Hey, you could push that to the side. It could be some sort of gust of wind possibly pushing it. But then coincidentally, the toilet flushes, water turns on, then the light turns off. That is, that is effed up to say the least. Where was I? Every night at the same time, we would hear someone walk across the upstairs floor, and it was no mistaking the sound. It sounded like someone walking across the floor. Every time this happened, my Rottweiler would run over to the bottom steps and growl. Then the very first time I tried to sleep upstairs in that room, I was trying to fall asleep to a movie when the temp dropped real quick. Then the door to the room I was in swung open real quick. All right. So you guys already know there is a distinctive sound when somebody is walking on a wooden floor. I don't know if this gentleman's house used to be a wooden floor, but the way he is specifically detailing the sound of it, I could almost guarantee you. I've been around. I've been around. I could almost guarantee you that it was hardwood floor, and if anything, there's something wooden in the bottom. If there's some sort of vinyl tiles or something like this, so there is a very distinctive sound. Yes, and then the temperature dropping. I could attest to this because as I state in all of the videos, and it is because sometimes there might be some first timers in here. I am a paranormal investigator. I've been doing this for well over 20 years, and there are instances where I am in a location, everything is going okay, everything's fine, everything's normal, and all of a sudden you hit a cold spot. This is where there is a spot, atmosphere, spot. Let me censor it. Spot. This spot is cold, But right over here is normal. Right over here is normal. But this right here is cold. That is a cold spot. Not on top, not in the bottom. It's just in this area. That's just an example. But this is what this gentleman is talking about. Cold spot. Uh, every time this happened, okay. Uh, then the very first time I tried to sleep upstairs in that room, I was trying to fall asleep to a movie when the temp dropped really quick. Then the door to the room I was in swung open real quick. My Rottweiler backed me into a corner and sat on my lap while growling, barking and biting at thin air like something was trying to touch me. This shit is 100% real. And the only reason why there are naysayers is because you are scared. Scared of something you have no power over, something you don't and can't understand. That was it. But yeah, he's basically talking about skeptics. And in my position as a paranormal investigator, I put myself in their shoes, right? Because I've long said, even with the Paranormal Explorers Stranger's Journey, playlist, I have a intro, and the first thing out of that intro is that people fear what they don't understand. And the fact of the matter is that not everybody can witness, and I use that word very strongly, can. They can, like they cannot witness paranormal activity because of how, I'm not going to say closed minded for lack of a better word, but it's just that, sometimes people are stuck in their ways and they really cannot, take another step right, step left, or whatever you want to say. But there is a lot of people out there just like this, and it is because they haven't experienced the paranormal. So yeah, yeah, man. When I read that comment, I was like, "Holy shit!" Um, thank you. You know what? I'm gonna throw his name out right quick because I do have to give credit where credit is due. Joseph Marcielli Jr. Shout out to Joseph. Thank you for your comment. This is me. It's one thing reading my comments back to you, just in case you guys, if you comment in any of my videos, I love to socialize. I love to comment. And if you're negative, I won't, if you're negative, you won't see the light of day because I'm going to erase your ass right quick. But if you are genuinely, expressing yourself, especially sharing your story, I will take it upon myself and do what I'm doing right now with Joseph. Share your story out there because I truly believe that there are what I call, not what the paranormal field calls, what I call paranormal victims. And the reason why I call victims is because these are people that are going through a certain incident that they have no control over. So that to me sounds like a victim, but at the same time is paranormal. So paranormal victims, and these are just regular people, not paranormal investigators, just regular people experiencing paranormal events. So with that being said, we are going to move on and read off of paranormal Reddit. All right. So let's check this one out. This came out 3 months ago in January, and the title EVP January 2026. Let's read the story first before seeing the video. New year, new EVPs. My dog was bored and I was too tired to play, so I let her run around on a sniffari out in the garage. Awesome. While she was out there, I decided to say hello through my system to my ghostly guest I nicknamed Kermungian. Did I pronounce that right, bro? Kermungian? As I'm trying to interact with him, I hear the word hey, which immediately got my attention. A few minutes later, my dog decides to make her way up the stairs to the second floor of the garage. That's when I hear two different voices. The first one tells the second she's coming up the stairs, while the second sternly tells my dog to go back, and she immediately complies. I did not enhance the first EVP as there's no need. The second and third did need a little help to be heard legibly. Okay. I am so focused. I could definitely tell what what the first one says, but it's a little bit hard to decipher what the second one and the third one says. But you do hear there is vocalization coming out of this basement. And if it's true what this gentleman is saying, that just means that we shouldn't be hearing anything anyway. The dog is not there at this point, I don't think. And the dog is not going to sound like a human being talking. So yeah, you know what? Let's read some comments. There are no comments except for this one with a that's a good catch, my guy. That's a good catch. All right, let's keep it moving to the next. Another EVP. Awesome. You know what? The reason why I say awesome is because when I go out in the field, everybody has some sort of specialty. My specialty is catching EVPs. That's just amazing to me. Because the fact is, you go scenario, you go to a place, whether or not you are alone or with somebody, but let's just say you are with somebody, you know that you're with this person, even if it's three or four people, right? You know their voices, you know, right? And all of a sudden, you hear another person that shouldn't be there with you because you guys are the only people inside this space. That to me is wild. And it has happened to me plenty of times in Kings Park Psychiatric Center. I've been in there. I've been in there so many times, guys. Listen, I've been in there. This one time I was in there with my son by myself. I mean, just my son and me, just us two. And we catch a female voice coming through saying, come here now. Dude, dude. Hey, for you naysayers that think the paranormal is fake, I respect your, thought, your point of view, but you also got to respect mine. And when things like this happened, it's just this realization that you know what, you shouldn't be afraid of death because there's something else more to it. So with that being said, let's go on to the next. Let's see if there's a story first. A very special EVP response. This past August 2025, I lost a very dear friend I miss immensely. My thoughts are my condolences. My thoughts are with you and your family because I do know how it feels to lose a friend. Not only was he a talented musician, but a wonderful human being as well. The type of friend you will find once in a lifetime if you're lucky. Facts. Facts. A lot of times I, try to, give some wisdom to my kids. And, right now, my daughter, she, stepdaughter, but my daughter nonetheless, she is, she's so innocent that she doesn't see what other kids are like. And just a long story short, this is something that if when you get a real friend, man, they are more important than your own family, because this is like almost like souls b- finding each other, not like you're being born and raised into a situation, right? So I've been trying to connect with him in various ways since his passing, but hadn't received any response until December 8th. I believe the response I received that day was, in fact, my dear friend Tunes, validated through a dowsing rod session, so I dedicated this video to him. As always, I stitched together the original and enhancements with text. Cool. Let's do it.
That's the buddy. Love you too.
Oh man, dude. Oof. That's heart wrenching. Yeah, that's heart wrenching. Jesus Christ. Man. Um yeah, I heard it. I heard it, my guy. I heard it. Love you too, clear as day. And we do not know how this person sounds like, but I would like for you, if you ever come across this video at any point in life, because these videos don't get deleted even long after I'm dead. If YouTube still exists, these videos here in Strangers Minds will forever be up here. But if at any point you come across this video, if I become big enough that it'll cross your way, please let me know if you recognized his voice. So with that being said, let's continue on to the next. All right, another EVP. Guys, it is paranormal Reddit is on point with EVPs. Let's read the story. EVP of child voice calling my deceased dog's name. Interesting. Grade A EVP. So just in case if you guys are wondering, grade A, there are classifications for each EVP. So class A is that you could absolutely hear the clearness, the clearness, whether or not whatever they're saying, how they say it, and whether or not you could identify whether or not it's female, male. So class A EVP is this. Class B EVP is obviously less. Class C EVP is like very distorted. You can't really tell. The only reason why you could tell is because during this time it's supposed to be silent, but you catch this and you cannot decipher what it's saying. So that's different level grades. So upon seeing my dog's noticeably discomfort, I started paying closer attention. I wasn't sure of what I heard, so I decided to review the footage. Sure enough, there was a very clear EVP that could be heard. It's that of a young child calling out a name. What's really compelling for me in this footage is the name being called. It's the name of my deceased dog, Neva, who crossed the Rainbow Bridge in January of 2021. It's comforting to know that she not only comes back to visit, but that on occasions I hear her bark. Oh man, I just got the goosebumps just because we recently um our dog passed away over here, and sometimes it feels like she's still around. So yeah, I definitely could concur. So let's go on and hear what the sound is. Okay, I mean, aside from the fact that you do hear sound, what was that bang? You guys heard the bang, right? The bang was actually what cut off the and saying the name Neva. So hold on, let's bring it back. So yeah, I would definitely like to know. Oops, sorry. So I would definitely like to see. Do you recognize? Can you identify that bang? But yeah, man, definitely you definitely hear it. How scary. Uh, okay, Green Independence 602. Okay, so that's a mild compared to some of the events I've captured over the years. Thanks so much for watching and commenting. Hell yeah. That, I love dogs' expressions, man. Like they're so human like. Jesus Christ. Um all right. EVP, July 22nd. What's interesting is that this EVP is actually outside. It's not called inside. So let's see what's up. Let's read the story of this one. Awesome. I love reading stories. This is one of the reasons why I created this playlist in the first place because of the story. I'm interested. All right. So EVPs, July 22nd, 2025, part 2. This is another set of EVPs captured in the early evening on the same day. Please be careful on your first review. Sound's volume fluctuates this drastically. Okay. I apologize upfront for the distortion. However, in order for these to be audible, I had to enhance the volume. Unfortunately, that also raises background noise, so I did my best to make sure it as easy on the ears as possible without losing the EVPs. That being said, again, childlike voices I've heard before, and here's what I think is being said, but you can come to your own conclusion. The first EVP sounds like the marshmallows, lol, and the second sounds like cut it. What's being referenced? I haven't a clue, but it's certainly not the first time I've had odd EVPs like this. As always, I stitched together the original and enhancement with text. So, okay, let's go first.
Who's out here this morning? What did I hear? Somebody? Anybody?
Okay. I appreciate we appreciate the fact that you tried your best to enhance the audio and so we could hear it clearly. But here's the thing. Um it didn't really help doing the slow motion because it just seems like is there is some sort of interference. Also, I need to see part 1 because part 2, you are outside. It is broad daylight. It seems like you're talking to somebody. Is there somebody else there with you? Because what if that was the response that we heard, on the video, right? But regardless, I mean, I apologize. It is what I do. I am a paranormal investigator, and I just find other reasons, almost trying to debunk what I see. And this is what I see in every single video that I do a reaction to. I try to debunk it. That's just my defense mechanism coming in. But that's what I do. I try to debunk it before saying, "Whoa, that is real." Because if I say that is real, you guys could freaking put that. You guys could put money on it that there is a 99.9999% chance that it is a real ghost video. So obviously, I could be wrong. It's my opinion, but that's my mindset. Just so you guys know. Geez, there's another one. All right, wait. Are we gonna see part 1? Yes, we're gonna see part 1, you guys. Let's see part 1. EVP. 22nd, 2025. Okay, so let's read it first. The other day, I captured something odd and wanted to try to debunk it. So I went ahead and started reviewing footage from this morning to try and make a comparison. Much to my surprise, I actually found another EVP. Now, before anyone decides to dismiss this as simply a kid, know that before posting, I went the extra mile to confirm with my neighbor earlier today kids that his kids were not home. They're the only kids around, and I And as I live on a farm in a rural neighborhood, I've also captured this particular voice before in a completely different location. Interesting. Okay. I believe what's being said here is go back. So, what do you think? Without a doubt, this is a difficult one to hear. So, given that fact, I highly recommend the use of earbuds or headphones on this, but be careful of the enhancements. As always, I stitched together the original and enhancements with text. Let's go for it. I definitely cannot hear the go back. You do hear something, but again, for some reason, it just sounds like there is some sort of electrical interference that is messing with the camera. Just out of curiosity, is there any light, electric poles around your farm? Anything hovering over um, this location specifically? Because it does seem like there is some sort of interference going on. So I did not catch the go back. There is a little something, but again, it doesn't really help with the slow motion. But the enhance of the audio does is the reason why I'm getting that interference kind of feel to it. So you know what, you guys, but thank you regardless. Thank you regardless, because I do truly appreciate that people that are experiencing anything, even if it's not paranormal and it could be explained, thank you for sharing your story. Just know that here in Strangers Minds, it is a safe place for paranormal victims, for paranormal investigators, for anything paranormal. This is a safe space, no judgment. I mean, I'm actually very much interested in your story. So I'm all over the place: Facebook, Instagram, X, everywhere. And if you guys want to share a story, just know, just like how I did with damn, forgot the dude's name already. Bad. Joseph, just like how I did with Joseph, I will obviously ask permission to share your story, and I will definitely share it and put it out there for anybody who is going to watch this later on or whenever. It is me here sharing the story. So, with that being said, you guys, if you guys are enjoying yourselves, please do what you do when you like a channel. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.